Hi, I'm Kirk, and welcome to this YouTube channel. It's dedicated to a reading and a better understanding of Ascent of Mount Carmel by St. John of the Cross. The book was written in the 1500s and was probably the greatest work ever in the field of mystical theology. It's basically a handbook on how we can achieve union with God, with the divine. Now, I'm not an expert, I'm no great scholar. I'm just a guy who's read the book, and truly wonderful things have happened to me that I attribute to this book, and I want to share it with others. So over the last few years, I've given out probably about 25 hard copies of the book to people, and I'm getting a consistent feedback that people read the first few pages and then give up on it, because it is a hard read. But it's really no harder to read than a Shakespeare play, and it is worth your investment. It will pay off for you in incredible ways.
These are the things that I've learned from St. John of the Cross. Number one, St. John of the Cross made me a traditional Catholic, and I provide plenty of reasons for that on my videos on the other playlists on this channel. Number two, St. John of the Cross taught me that the path to divine union, and very likely the path to heaven, is much more straight and narrower than I had thought. Number three, St. John of the Cross helped me to better read and understand Scripture, particularly the Old Testament. Number four, though I think that I was suspicious of the Divine Mercy devotion after my reversion, it wasn't until after I read Ascent of Mount Carmel that I became totally convinced that it was not Catholic. Please see my playlist on the Divine Mercy devotion. Number five, attachments to Catholic prophecy not approved by the pre-conciliar church is a rabbit hole that draws us away from authentic Catholicism. Just because a vision comes from Catholics and is promoted by Catholics doesn't mean that it truly is Catholic. These things are nothing but attachments that cause us to have faith in something other than God. I've expanded on this topic and did a video showing that St. Hildegard never made any prophecy about any comet. I did a playlist saying about how worrying about 3 days of darkness is a complete waste of time. I'll be doing more videos on questionable Catholic prophecies in the future, because it's really important to dispel these things that keep us from authentic Catholicism, and not very many people seem to want to do it. Number six, the Catholic Charismatic renewal isn't Catholic at all. It's based on exterior things that may easily come from the devil. Number seven, hobbies are a waste of time. Hobbies are inherently attachments. I've done a playlist on how hobbies are a waste of time and keep us from God. So St. John of the Cross is truly the foundation of all the content that you'll find on this YouTube channel. And I think that this is the reason that this channel is somewhat unique. Before we start reading the book Ascent of Mount Carmel together, I'd like to mention St. John of the Cross's writing style.
And I think we could compare it to the styles of jazz soloists. And if you listen to jazz, you might notice that American jazz musicians take a solo, they'll typically say all that they have to say in a few progressions. Now with Afrobeat, they tend to take longer solos, and they'll take a concept and then play on it with variations of it. And some of these solos can go on for maybe 10 minutes or so. Now if St. John of the Cross was a jazz musician, he'd probably play like an African soloist. In Ascent of Mount Carmel, St. John acknowledges this, and he says that there is a fair amount of repetition. But he doesn't exactly say the exact same things. He's playing on variations of this, and he does this because he says that sometimes a reader might not understand the concept as it's presented in the first way. So he does this so he doesn't lose anybody behind, because they might understand it as he's playing on variations of it. So what we're going to do here is this YouTube channel is going to be like an online Cliff Notes with audio and visual. So what I suggest is that you read a chapter of the book, and each chapter is only about 3, maybe 5 pages long. So you read a chapter, come here to watch the installment dedicated to that chapter, and then read the chapter again in the book. Now, Ascent of Mount Carmel is not like a novel. You don't want to read it from start to finish. It's more like a fine wine, and you want to savor it. You don't want to drink it all in one gulp. So we're going to split this out. We're going to break it down chapter by chapter. And if you'd like to make comments or make suggestions, please post them below or send me an email. Now, if you read this book and internalize it, the things that you will see that St. John of the Cross is asking of you are not easy. They're difficult. But if you make the investment, it will pay off for you in great dividends. So I'd like you to join me on this journey. Let's ascend Mount Carmel together.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back again within a week with another one. But in the meantime, please check out my Facebook page and my Twitter page. Every day I post additional content that you won't find on this YouTube channel. And also, please pray for the church.